everybody, and welcome to Reed's Read, Spider-Man Crawlspace Edition. Check us out at SpidermanCrawlspace.com. Well, this is it, everybody. After almost 3 years, we've reached finally the end of the Zeb Wells, John Romita Jr. run on Amazing Spider-Man with issue 60, aka 954, and legacy numbers. So, how is the very final issue of Wells' run on this? Well, guys, get ready here because it's not pretty. Let's go into the pros. One thing I will say here, no matter what, and I've said this through the entire run, is I have enjoyed having John Romita Jr. back on Amazing Spider-Man. There's such a familiarity and such a feast to it. It works really good as just a wonderful little part of nostalgia, current pieces, and a couple other things, especially with the dark crime we're doing about, as well as some of the courtroom pieces we see in here. I do really like how it works with the story flow through the main stories and everything. I feel more emotional chens and as well as pieces with the action, and it works pretty well through the various pieces of Spider-Man. I enjoy that the most out of the whole story here, and as with the whole run. So John, thank you so much for all the work you've done. I know we were never always perfect, but I will tell you, you're one thing that definitely kept me coming back to Amazing Spider-Man over the last couple years. That's sadly, guys, my only pros for the issue. Going to the cons. Let's go into the main thing. First of all, Tombstone basically gets off thing because he bribed the judge and everything else. The storyline doesn't work very well here because basically Tombstone basically tells Peter that, you know, he got out, he bribed the judge, he got everything out. Now he's just going to move on here because now he has no family. And as Peter basically tells him, "You're a weird one, Lonnie," which was a callback to him. "You're a weird one, Parker," from issue number 1. Also, it works pretty bad here because everything that was talked, She-Hulk is right there. She actually could take care, do an investigation. But remember, She-Hulk is only a lawyer when they want her to be a lawyer in a book. Otherwise, basically everything Tombstone did, including purging himself, giving out the evidence, as well as what could have led to an investigation of the judge, falls flat. And of course, I get it, the time and state of the judicial system. Okay, Wells, we got it. The judge was corrupt. Oh well, moving on. The rest of it doesn't work. Some of the worst parts of the story actually work here is when we have the actual talk between Peter as Peter Parker and, of course, later as Spider-Man when the Sandman attacks the Feast Center and everything, and then how it is. Basically, it feels like somebody made a meme of this perfectly on our Discord saying, basically, Marge Simpson saying, "Hey, Spider-Man, stop being such a jerk to my nephew. Cram it, ma'am." It basically doubles down and shows that May Parker's really been useless during this entire storyline. She has barely been used, and here we got the whole classic, oh, Aunt May's in trouble, Peter's got to do something, gets a hold of Spider-Man. Spider-Man, of course, beats the Sandman, and everything's all good. May kind of feels bad about it, but at the same time, and she basically says, you know, "Spider-Man, you ruined my nephew's life, and hey, Peter, you got to stop going to Spider-Man." But of course, when we get back to it, he basically doubles down with him saying, well, you know, your nephew doesn't always have to be always helpful all the time. And basically May's like, but then he wouldn't be my nephew. It has no point. It is actually ridiculous and actually makes the point that May has not been very useful in Spider-Man in quite a number of years, even after they brought her back. Why both the other comics and movies have honestly moved on with the character, but they can't right here because of nostalgia. The biggest, of course, is everything with Jackpot, not only her powers and everything, Mary Jane, but basically the storyline ends with everything else. Basically, Paul's still around, hi, sweetie, and Peter, non-exclusive with Shay are over, and the fact that Aunt Anna wants Mary Jane and Shay to be friends. I wish that was a positive, but when you basically have your ex, you have your, niece who's basically, still whatever they are with her ex, whether it's boyfriend or whatever thing, and they're trying to make friends, which you set up with said ex with Shay so he could have a date, and then they want them to be friends. And then, of course, the biggest part on this whole storyline, of course, is with the big part with Chasm. Yeah, everything that after it's going on in the mini, as it's been pretty much revealed in the mini, and spoilers on the mini here, pretty much it's been revealed that Druid from the Eternals is basically pushing Ben's little art issues. He still says he's been messed up since Beyond, but he's basically saying, I'm making you and your brother Kane basically do all these stupid, evil things is because I'm just bored, which would give a nice little out for this. And here we have this whole big talk at the diner between Ben and Peter, and basically gets revealed that Ben basically says, okay, Peter, we're square. I don't want your life anymore. With nope, it's a lie. In fact, I want your life. I want your memories. I want everything else. It's all a big lie. I'm going to sit here stalking you in the meantime. Oh, wow, another evil Spider-Man storyline. Not that we don't have them out there. It makes it another big middle finger here to the whole storyline. there's not very much here. Even the other two backup stories with Wreck Rap being found is alive and well, that he's lost his heart, but he's off running good because as they sell here, oh, Joe Kelly, he's now your problem because we know Ed McGuinness is going to be one of the artists in, of course, 8 Deaths to Spider-Man. So, oh no, we're going to have it because Ed McGuinness needs to have his favorite character, Wreck Rap. And then we go into the actual introduced prelude issue where, of course, Dr. Doom actually sees Spider-Man fighting Overdrive, which, of course, we haven't, I'm not Overdrive, but I mean Override, haven't said the character in so long, which actually a character like him makes sense in this day and age where everything's so digital and done, and a character that can actually override and control machines makes a lot of sense. But we still don't know why he all of a sudden got back to normal after the horrible 98 Shadrach Gathering of the Five storyline. But yet, he's supposed to be here, and basically how Dr. Doom is saying what he hopes to use Spider-Man for to be the prelude of the issue. It's not good. I did not like the issue. I feel like I was being smacked and smacked and smacked and smacked and smacked again as this whole storyline went, and it was really painful to read this outside some good art and how everything is set up here. I'm not giving it an F, but it is getting a D- for me. I really did not like issue 60. It was all the extra pages and stuff that really had no point. But basically, it feels like the old classic, well, we got to put our toys away so the next writer can have it. This feels more of like with the big pieces with, White Rabbit and Cream, which were pet characters of Zeb Wells for a series. Basically, he took those toys home and he left everything a mess in the room and say, hey, good luck to the next writers. Here's my big messes, with Wreck Rap and other storylines and Shay and Mary Jane as Jackpot and Paul still around. It's basically, that's what it feels like. It gets a D-. This entire run has been a part. There have been good parts of it. I think some of the stuff with Tombstone in early years was good. The Hobgoblin story started off great. And some of the crime stuff has been really good. And of course, we all can say the Sins of the Green Goblin, the Spider-Man that Gobbles, was probably the best out of the entire run of Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. with the various other artists, everywhere from Todd Nack to Gleason and a couple other artists. Unfortunately, with the way this all wraps up and everything, it lowers the grade. Originally, I was going to give this run a C-. I'm giving this run a D-. It just, unfortunately, is D-. I can't give it an F because the artwork is something I've enjoyed throughout the entire series. There were a lot of other good things on there, but things from Gang War to Dark Web to Evil Ben Riley to Wreck Rap to a couple other things. D-, folks. D-. I have nothing else to do here. I'm actually going to take a little slow exit and call it a Halloween here and be back when I go ahead and do it. So you know what, folks? D- is the final grade for everything here. I cannot put anything else to it. So the whole grade for both the issue and this run, entire Spider-Man in the last almost 3 years, is a D-. And I'm finished. I will still be here to review, guys, because I know best. Painbot works best and everything else. So I'll be back for 8 Deaths to Spider-Man kickoff with Joe Kelly, International Ireland, and of course everybody else will be involved in that storyline as we get to it in the next couple weeks. So with more information, guys, think if you like what you think, hit that notification and ring that bell here to get your subscribe and notifications here when a new reveal drops. And for more, check us out at the SpidermanCrawlspace.com for all your wonderful Spider-Man news, podcasts, live streams, and more. And with that, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you in November. Peace.